6:30.
It's fun to watch when the kids.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
We need to get a rubber.
All right, I'd like to call the July 17th, 2025 voting meeting to session. We're going to start with a salute to the flag and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Okay, roll call vote, or roll call, please.
Dr. Baldino,
Here.
Mr. Cannon, Ms. Donahue, Mr. Elling,
Present.
Mr. Johnson,
Here.
Mr. Knopf,
Here.
Ms. Lynch. Here. Mr. Scott,
Here.
Ms. Smith. Here. 7 members present.
Okay. All right, so before we start, I'd like to read something here. Good evening, everyone. As we begin tonight's meeting, I want to take a moment to remind all in attendance of expectations we hold for ourselves and each other. This board's committed to conducting its work with professionalism, civility, and respect. We ask that everyone present, board members, staff, and members of the public join us in maintaining a respectful and constructive environment. Personal attacks, disruptive behavior, or disrespectful language will not be tolerated. We are here to support the learning and education of every student in Keystone Central School District. Our focus must remain on doing what is best for our students, staff, and schools. I would also like to remind everyone that the purpose of the voting meeting is to cast votes based on deliberations and considerations brought up in a previous meeting. Thank you for consideration and your continued support of KCSD. Okay, first up, we have
Roger?
Yes,
Could I ask a question?
absolutely.
On that statement you just read,
Right.
why are we not holding things to task on it? Last week during the meeting, there was a couple of us that didn't agree with something that happened, and we got chastised for it by Dr. Redmond and by Mr. Johnson, to the point that last night, Mr. Johnson went online and made a huge article, and I'd like to read it. It'll only take me 2 seconds. Because we cannot have board unity with what he put on there. You know, last month when we were talking about finances and stuff, Tracy brought up an issue about if we cut curriculum, cut programs, that could be very detrimental. I agree with that. If we cut staff, it's detrimental. Today, this statement says stuff that we're going to do. I'm just going to read it. Says, please experience the rude and unprofessional way certain board members welcome a new elementary principal to KCSD. Truly embarrassing and infuriating. Just watch this video with what I mean. This is the type of treatment KCSD employees and especially administrators have to look forward to when the board changes in December. District residents need to become more involved and vocal and start calling them out on this unacceptable conduct. Because if not, I see very dark days ahead for students, teachers, administrators, and all employees of KCSD.
Okay,
Now,
so
I'm going to say this. Writing stuff like that and saying stuff like that is very detrimental to this board and the school, because Mr. Johnson needs to realize he's going to be sitting on this board too in these supposed dark days.
okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. Okay, that's online, and that took place outside of this meeting.
Okay,
Okay?
well, what
And
happened
he is
during the
allowed,
meeting
and he
didn't.
is allowed to state his opinions.
Okay,
All right?
I'll accept
That was
that,
not done in here.
but what happened here did. We were
And that was-
chastised
and that was
because we had
stopped.
a difference of opinion.
That was stopped. All right, let's move on with the presentation. Gentlemen,
That was a little spark.
It's a joke.
My presentation's a little easy to understand.
No.
Can you hear this?
yeah,
Sir.
No.
It's just easier to be able to see as we do the presentation.
Sure.
So this is a brief presentation. It's very similar to what we have shown in the past. Mr. Polidio and I worked with our athletic secretary, and really this is providing an update in regards to participation at both Central Mountain High School, Central Mountain Middle School, as well as Bucktail High School and Bucktail Middle School, just so that you can kind of see the numbers that we are sustaining, some new programs that had new enrollment participation, and again, just an idea of how many student athletes as well as extracurricular opportunities what we're trying to provide. Anything to add, sir?
No, that was honestly a pretty good overview. We're just going to go through the numbers, look at our club participation and athletics participation.
Go ahead, sir. So as you can see, this outlines for Central Mountain High School. If you look across the sports that are featured here, this is from the fall. Pretty much everything stayed fairly similar to what it was the previous year. Some slight drops, some slight increases, but overall, we still had very steady participation throughout all our fall sports. Next slide. As far as the winter sports, again, slight increase that we saw in boys basketball, a drop in girls basketball. I will say that has been a more similar trend that we are seeing with some of the girls sports, and that happened across all 3 seasons this year. I can say through the PHAC and the 19 teams that are in there, it is something that we're seeing a common thread to, as well as District 6 as I went to some of those meetings. Not exactly sure what's going on or if it's just a strange time period, but we did see a lot of different girls sports show a little bit of a drop in their participation this year. For us, we maintained in wrestling, as well as our swimming numbers were up. One of the best seasons for both boys and girls swimming that we've had. Next slide. Spring, we continue baseball, strong numbers. One of the reasons that we had talked about the proposal that had come in through the committee to discuss potentially junior high baseball at some point in time. And then our track numbers have sustained really good numbers, but you do see the decrease again in the girls side of things. Next slide, please. So overall, as far as the Central Mountain athletes, we noticed that there's not a lot of 3-sport athletes. That's just something you don't see much anymore, but it's still a fairly large portion of 2-sport athletes, almost 30%. And then around 65% played 1 sport throughout the year. As far as high school and the clubs, again, very similar participation to previous years. Band, we saw an increase there, as well as in the National Honor Society, a pretty good growth and increase in there. And then we also had a new club, Challenge 24, this year, and you can see the participation in that was up over 20 students. So it was something the students sought out, and we provided an opportunity, and they certainly took advantage of it.
Are you interested in taking questions now, or do you want us to wait till the end?
I can do anything you would like.
Go, please.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Just
Thank you.
go
I
quick.
forgot. What again is Challenge 24 Club?
Yeah, Challenge 24 is a math game.
That's
And so often at the elementary level, there's been Challenge 24 competitions historically. At the high school level, it's not something we've necessarily continued, but we had students. There is a national competition for it. And so we did provide that opportunity for those students that have that kind of interest in it.
That's great. Thank you very
You
much.
got it. As you're looking back, we did see a pretty big decrease in FFA this year. We talked a little bit about that as that was kind of a concern, but if you know, Skills USA kind of made a bigger jump. And so we're not sure if some of those students that potentially participated in FFA before maybe moved on and are doing more of the skills opportunity. The numbers in the Rotary and interactions, they were down as well. And so we'll keep an eye on some of those things. As far as our club participation, one of the new ones that was not on there, as far as they call it the view, the yearbook, that was a new component. And you can see that almost 50 students participated in that. And so some of that just may be students choosing other opportunities. We've restructured a few of those things to look a little bit different in how they get the opportunity to participate. At the middle school, again, the numbers remain very consistent there. Across the board, we did see a big increase in junior high volleyball. Seems to be very popular, and our team had a lot of success at the varsity level this year. And I think that only encourages more and more young ladies to be interested in that. So that was one of our highest participation levels at the junior high level throughout the year. Numbers at junior high cross country, again, not a substantial, but we do not had any extra coaches for that. The varsity coaches do varsity JV and cover the middle school. And so we haven't added any additional staff for those things. Go ahead, Chair. Basketball, boys basketball, again, our numbers are outstanding. We love that we have the numbers. It does sometimes complicate the number of students trying to get in and participation in some of those things. But you can see all three areas have remained very consistent with good participation. Track, the trend this year was the boys track was down a little bit in numbers, but the last 2 years we've seen a significant increase in girls track. This year, almost 3 to 4 times as many girls participating in our track teams, and we have seen that carry over to the varsity level. And so our varsity JV track students, or our varsity students there, had almost 90 students participate in track this year. And so we're very happy about the level of participation at the middle school level, because it does seem to be carrying over to the senior high level then. And again, the numbers here are pretty similar, a little over 5% or 3 sport athletes, a little over 30% are doing 2, and then around 62% playing 1 sport or participating in 1 activity. So the numbers between the schools, again, we're very pleased with where we're at. Obviously, continuing to take feedback from the students on what they want and what we can continue to do to try to promote their involvement in whatever activities they choose. You got it. Yeah, you'll see Minithon is listed on there, and I think most of you are aware that's one of the largest growing, as well as our Renaissance. We've talked a lot about our school-wide positive behavior and the Renaissance cooperation. So those are 2 things that I would just highlight there. As you see the level of participation in those 2, and I think they're very student-oriented and student-driven, and we've seen great success with those.
What is Minithon?
Minithon, we work with it's similar to Thon at Penn State University. It's an adapted component, and we raise funds to donate, I believe it's pediatric cancer. And so our students go around, they do a variety of different events. They help to raise funds throughout the year, and then those all get donated.
All right, for Bucktail High School, we put all of our sports onto one slide just because due to our size, there's different offerings, so it looks a little different. Areas of concern, most things held fairly steady, but varsity football was down a little bit and girls basketball was dangerously low. As Dave alluded to, though, there are a number of teams that are having a lower participation rate among girls in sports for some reason currently, and we saw that in District 4 sports all over, especially basketball this year. But other than that, everything stayed pretty steady, with the exception of varsity football and girls basketball. For middle school, again, if you look, the junior high girls basketball, it only dropped a little bit, but it's a really small amount of participants. Junior high wrestling was new to our school this year. It was pretty popular. The community came around it. We had a decent amount of athletes come out. Junior high football stayed the same. Softball down just a little bit. Cheer as well down a little bit. But overall, when you consider the numbers within our school, and this is only a 7th, 8th grade, we have a pretty high number of participants. Yeah, of course.
Thank
Sorry.
you. When we don't see the word boys or girls, does that mean it's blended or how does that,
For junior high wrestling?
or for, yeah, like,
In the case of
Softball.
wrestling, yes. So for junior high, there were two female athletes that participated and the rest were males.
okay, great, thank you.
Our pie chart looks a little bit different. Again, it's just due to the unique structure of Bucktail. We're a lot smaller, so there's a lot more opportunities for students to play multiple sports. So we have a higher share of 3-sport athletes and 2-sport athletes than Central Mountain does. But overall, we're pretty happy with our participants. But yeah, that's why the 3-sport athletes looks a little bit different. This is the same thing, but for the middle school, there is the 3-sport athlete more closely mirrors Central Mountains here, but we have a high percentage of 2-sport athletes and then only 50% only playing one sport. For our clubs, we had some drops in numbers for environmental club. Also, a couple other ones took some hits, but there were some new clubs added. So our art club was brand new and that had a lot of members. Student government, which was student council on here, also had a lot of members. Now, if you look how many students there are in these clubs, some of them are around 30, a couple around 20. The reason they were able to have so many of our students are in 3 or 4 clubs, so they're very active in our school and our community. For example, the art club this year worked on a mural up in the town. Our choir club goes out and about, so does the band. They play in both Lock Haven and Renovo within the community. Even though we're small, I think it's really exciting. Some of the work our clubs do, our student council and the ecology class, we're working on changing the fossil. So small but mightier clubs, we get around the local community and try to get involved in things and give back.
Any additional questions?
Elizabeth?
Thanks. Okay, stellar presentation. You know, I support you folks 1,010%. Maybe something in the future, maybe between new administration. I am really curious. I know you're saying it's not just here. Seems to be a trend in a larger geographical area that the girls, for some reason, their participation in the sport seems to be going down. And I heard what you said, Dave, you know, right now we don't know exactly, you know, region-wide, statewide, there is no one answer. But I would love if you folks would consider coming back to us maybe next year and say, you know, we talked with student government, we talked with the principals, we talked, you know, say, and give us some feedback. What do the girls want? You know, that would be very, very helpful.
Yeah, and I agree with you, even, you know, recognizing what barriers may be keeping them or not encouraging them maybe to participate. I speak a little bit of, I know during soccer season in the fall, basketball season, and even softball this year, and all of them, the numbers seem to be down a little bit. I speak of the PHAC, and that's our conference. A lot of the sports were not able to play JV contests, which is essential to developing your programs and things because schools didn't have, or we played modified JV games again because
Sure.
we just didn't have enough athletes to be able to participate. So it is a concern from the athletic director side because we want to maintain our programs, and we know that those JV levels and junior high levels are the foundation for us. So no problem. Try to gather information, and should we find out more, we're glad to come back and share.
That'd be lovely. Thank you so much.
So the next part of our presentation from my end is just kind of a quick recap. This is a couple minutes and I won't do really any talking. I've tried to just outline each of the 3 seasons from fall, winter, and spring. Lots of things that I didn't include here. So please, if something doesn't seem to appear, know that there was just so many great things we felt that happened throughout the year, but we just want to do some highlights and again, recognize the number of students that are participating.
Yeah.
So a great year for us here at Central Mountain. I'm really proud of all the athletes and everything that they accomplished throughout the year. I try to always say to you, like, I feel like we hold the athletes and people that, and individuals that participate in our extracurriculars to a higher standard. We check their grades, we check their attendance, we do all those things. And so, some of the finest, student athletes that we have and a lot of great accomplishments throughout this past year. So glad to have that chance to share it with you.
Sure. All right, we also have a short just recap of some of our sports seasons, and then we'll go ahead and finish up our presentation. All right, this is Bucktail 24-25 sports recap. We just have some pictures and then just a couple blurbs from each of our sports seasons. All right, so for football, this year we're in a bit of a rebuilding year. We were 0-8, but seniors Brody Pence and Talon Diddy were selected to the All-Star game this summer. Bucktails girls tennis again qualified for districts. For annually pretty much make that. We were 7-5. Junior high football is 5-1, and we were 6-0 last year, so that was pretty good season again. And junior high softball was 5-3 with 9 players. So it was a struggle with the team together, but we did win. So good for us. Winter sports were successful. The Bucktails boys varsity team finished third in districts this year and qualified for states for the second consecutive year. We did end up losing in the state tournament, but it's an honor just to make it there. Girls varsity also qualified for districts for the second year. Junior high wrestling was new to the area, and it was a pretty big hit in the community. We hosted one home dual meet, and it was really well attended by both Jersey Shore, our opponent that night, and our own community as well. Spring was really great for softball. They made states for the third year in a row. This year we were district runner-up, and then we ended up losing the first round of states. But both the opponents we lost to ended up making it really far into the states tournament, so it was pretty impressive. We had 3 players, McKenna Stone, Lowell English, and Eva Sockman, named a first-team All-State. And our baseball team is in the second year of its new coach, and they continue to show improvement. All right, any questions or anything for us?
Elizabeth?
Super terrific. About 4 years ago, we talked about this. I think it was when I was on the curriculum committee. they're having a hard time with referees. They were aging out or the numbers were real down. We were talking about maybe holding a referee camp or combining schools and holding a camp. Is that still a real challenge for you folks, or has things kind of leveled off, or?
For Bucktail, I can only speak. Currently, it can be a struggle depending upon the sport. I know some of our referees are traveling further and further away. During baseball and softball, we had officials coming from the Clearfield area, which is a pretty good drive. Football, I know the League Ren has been looking at playing either Thursday or Saturday games to help alleviate like the lack of officials. So it is a challenge, at least for smaller schools. I'll let Dave answer about the larger schools because it might be a little bit different.
Yeah, I think our situation is more sport dependent and the number of officials that they have. One of the things that we're fortunate to have is through the PHAC, we pay for an assigner. And so that person is in charge of assigning all the games for our schedule. Through the last year or so, as I've moved into this process, we've really tried to make good relationships and make sure that when officials are coming here, we're taking care of them. We're making sure that our fans are respectful to them, so that their experience is a positive one and that they're willing to come back. And I think that's crucial and part of those things. Soccer is a sport that we tend to see a lot of running even for the officials up and down. And so as some individuals aged, they have done some different things to try to promote youth. Our AYSO, they're also offering some coaching opportunities and officiating opportunities to some of the youth in the area. And one of the things that we did going into next season is we are going to be moving our junior high or middle school soccer program to the spring. One of the things that really does for us is allows officials at a time that is not competing with varsity and JV to be able to officiate games. And we believe that's going to be a significant improvement to us. It's also going to give our kids access to Malinak, to the stadium and the turf a lot more, which I think is facility wise is a place where they can showcase and develop their skills. So that was one of the things that happened. But there continue to be trainings offered, the PIAA and at the district level, and they're always trying to recruit new officials.
Okay, well, that's great news. So thank you. It's great.
Okay, Chris.
Tonight, we're voting on the Clay Target team. Going from a school approved club to a school sponsored one. Do you see that that's gonna bring their levels of participation up? And I think that's a good move that we're making. So is there any other things, what can the board do to help you guys with all this?
Yeah, I appreciate the question, Chris. I guess what I would respond as far as Clay Target goes, one of the main reasons that they would have asked for that opportunity is they want to establish a booster club. And as a club, the way our bylaws read and everything, they're not able to do that. They do fundraising, they do a lot of things to support themselves. And so by providing that opportunity, it put some different guidelines in place for their officers. We still keep track of, they provide all their reports and anything to us so that we'll be able to access, but it will give them a lot more freedom to be able to do some different opportunities that they've expressed an interest in doing. And so that was one of the real conversations as to why that occurred. As far as participation, their participation remains pretty solid. And I know that they're continuing to try to advertise and look for ways to promote Clay Target. And so I think I don't see anything changing as a negative for them. I think they're only, again, trying to build their program and create more opportunities for our students.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Mhm.
But what can the board do to help any of the clubs and any of the organizations to move forward?
Yeah, well, my feedback on that is something that as we go to curricular, extracurricular, a lot of times we are having some conversations about new opportunities. And what I try to do when we're talking about that is I want to bring that to that area so that those individuals can express that. One of the more recent ones was competitive cheer. They came in and did a proposal.
Right.
Clay Target did a proposal. I believe next month in August, you're going to hear some conversation continue, or we were asked to update some information for the committee in regards to junior high baseball. And so
Cool.
again, these conversations are driven by the community and their interest and the students. The decisions ultimately will come back to all of you and those things, but I think being willing to hear, ask questions as you're doing, those kind of things, to hear what's changing in our area, what's new, what are students desiring, what are families desiring. I think those are the best things that the board can do.
Okay, thanks.
Jim, did you have anything to add to that?
No, just to follow up on what Dave was saying, I really appreciate when you guys take the time to listen to proposals that come from the community or within the school about different clubs and programs they'd like introduced. Obviously, they didn't always get a yes or voted on, but you at least take the time to listen to it, think of the pros and cons, and then weigh your considerations. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Do the bocce players know how to scream at the ball in Italian?
Haven't seen that.
I don't know how they can
Haven't
play
seen
it,
that.
you know.
That sounds like a band skill, right? Takes a couple
Oh,
years.
and I think there were a lot of not nice words going on too.
Thank you very much. Have a great summer.
Yeah, take care.
Okay, next up is hearing of visitors. Okay, Keystone Central School Board or Keystone Central Board of Directors encourages public comment from its citizens. Each community member may speak for a period of no longer than 4 minutes per board policy. Please understand that this is not a time for dialogue with the board. Rather, the board will listen to all comments and consider them in future deliberations. Our individual email addresses are on the website, and if you'd like to contact your individual board representative, that's where you would go. We ask that you please direct complaints of a personal nature regarding an individual employee directly to the superintendent. Okay. We only have one person signed up, and that's Danielle. Danielle, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Okay,
I just-
go ahead.
I just have something quick. I have concerns about a cybersecurity incident that I received an email about this week. The email stated that students' emails have been disabled. I've asked around and parents don't seem to be aware of the incident. Who was impacted by this incident and what information was compromised and why weren't all parents contacted?
So I can speak a little bit to that. In terms of the information compromised, to our knowledge, we haven't lost anything. There wasn't any student information that was lost or anything like that. We heard about the incident a few days ago and started taking corrective actions right away. And the first thing to do is minimize email traffic because that's largely how this attack was coming through to us. And so we shut down student emails. We sent out a phone call. Jeremy, you can correct me if I'm wrong. We sent out a phone call to all users to let them know, he's nodding his head yes, to let them know that we were shutting down student emails. We did this with staff as well, and we're in the process of getting everybody back on and registered and the issue contained.
Okay, I didn't receive a phone call. I did receive an email, but the other parents that I spoke to, nobody's heard about it. So that's why I was asking.
Okay. We'll have to look into that because like I said, we sent out a thing through an automated system that should go to all of our users. And so it may have been that the users are set up as student accounts. I'm not sure. We'd have to look into that. Oh, Jeremy, can you come up to the microphone, please?
Yeah, the timing of the initial announcement that went out to parents and students was middle of the day, so we did not send out a phone call to parents as it wasn't an emergency that, affected anybody's life or didn't put anybody in danger. So we decided to send it out as an email to all parents and contacts of students at the time. And as Dr. Edmond said, we're still investigating, so we're still working on what was impacted, and we're just reducing and containing any potential further impacts at this time.
Okay, Chris.
Why and how are all these security attacks all of a sudden coming to coming in. We had the one with the guy that took the money and this one, and there was a couple others. Why is it all of a sudden?
Cyber attacks are extraordinarily prevalent and only getting more so. School districts are a common target because we have a lot of users and not all of the users have the best practices in terms of cybersecurity. So schools are often seen as a relatively easy target, especially with student accounts and that sort of thing. So it's not Keystone Central. It is everyone is getting these kind of phishing attacks all the time. My personal email gets them just as much as my work email does.
I just was asking, 'cause like last year, we never heard about one, and this year we've had several.
I don't know that there's any rhyme or reason to it.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else, Danielle?
No, I was just wondering about the cybersecurity incident. Like I said, nobody that I've spoke to knows anything about it. So I was just wondering what was going on with it. Thank you.
Yeah, he's,
Okay. Thank you. All right. So,
Did you see both Tom and Polly are on?
oh, yeah, they are. Hi, Tom. Hi, Polly. Welcome. Okay.
So they're here.
You know, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm not really. All right, so next up. All right, Butch?
I'd like to move D with the exception of 1 and 5. So I'd like to move 2, 3, 4, and 6 out of,
There's no two for some reason. So
I have exchange student 2.
Yeah, there's a
oh,
two.
it's not on my. Okay.
So again, I'd like to move D 2, 3, 4, and 6 and hold 1 and 5 unless there's something else someone would like help.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
I would like to hold G1.
I haven't got D.
Well,
I'm
we're
just-
only
okay, you're
working on
doing
D
one
right now,
section at a
okay?
time, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Only doing D.
all right. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Well, actually, roll call.
Mr. Cannon?
What are you pulling 1 and 5?
I pulled 1 and 5, yes. And so we're doing D 2, 3, 4, and 6.
Yeah.
Miss Donahue?
Yes.
Mr. Elling?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Knopf?
Yes.
Miss Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yeah,
Miss Smith? Yes. Dr. Baldino?
Yes.
Nine
like-
yes.
I'm sorry,
Oops.
go ahead, Christine.
9 yeses, sorry.
Motion passes. Next,
I'd like to move D1, the list of procurement card users.
Second.
motion and a second. Discussion? Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Miss Donahue?
Yes.
Mr. Elling?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Knopf?
Yes.
Miss Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
yes,
Miss Smith? Yes. Dr. Baldino?
Yes.
Mr. Cannon?
Yes.
9 yeses.
Motion passes. Next,
I'd like to move D5, the settlement agreement.
Second.
okay, I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
this is the one we talked about last
Yes,
week.
yes, it is. Okay. All right. Roll call.
Mr. Elling?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Knopf?
Yes.
Miss Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes,
Miss Smith? Yes. Dr. Baldino?
Yes.
Mr. Cannon?
No.
Miss Donahue?
Yes.
8 yeses, 1 no.
I'd like to move E1 and E2 to both policies for second read.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Ms. Smith. Yes. Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
And yes.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes,
9 yeses.
next.
Well, F is really nothing to vote on, it's just the minutes.
Mhm.
But it's just informational things.
You do have to vote to
You
accept.
Still
have to
have
vote
to,
on it?
yep.
Okay. I'd like to move F1, 2, 3, and 4.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Okay. Roll call?
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
What's your question, Elizabeth?
Do we, please help me. Committee meetings, we don't approve the minutes, do we? Just
The-
for voting and.
Just the vote, yes, right. Technically, the voting and the
Okay,
work
can we
session, the
redo
board,
motion then or something?
the policy groups have to approve the minutes,
Mm-hmm.
Right, so,
or the committee groups, I'm sorry.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor, Elizabeth. Yes or no?
well.
I mean, if it's,
Move to amend the
Mhm.
motion. Okay.
Okay.
That's the way it's done. All right.
so
Oh,
you gotta make a
Okay, I'll
you
move-
gotta
I'll
make a
move.
motion.
I'll do it. I'll
Yeah.
move to make a motion to amend. the
Okay.
motion.
I got a motion, second?
Sure, second.
Okay. Motion to,
Discussion.
okay, discussion?
What do you want to amend? I'm confused.
We only, as a board, we only
Bill.
vote for the
Dr.
voting in the
Baldino.
work session. We don't, the policy committees
Didn't need to-
approve their own.
I'm gonna
minutes.
set that. I can see that. I can, thank you. Okay, so just you want to pull the two policy,
3 and 4, but we're only doing 1 and 2.
okay, so
that's what we
3
do.
and 4 doesn't need to be.
Right, it
All right, I
doesn't.
just need some clarification.
That's not bad.
Okay, so we have a motion or the amended motion. Okay, so
Yeah, it's just a.
do a show of hands. All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I saw your hand too, Paulie. Haha. Okay, so the motion is now amended, so now Butch, do you want to restate the,
We have a motion then for 1 and 2 to approve 1 and 2.
okay, and we got a second. Discussion? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, G. I'd like to move G with the exception of 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. So I'd move G4, G7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Unless there's something else someone else would like pulled.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
second.
You pulled 5 and 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Discussion? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Lynch,
Yeah,
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Ms. Smith. Yes. Dr. Baldino.
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
Yes.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf.
Yes.
Oh, 9 yeses, sorry.
Okay, motion passes.
I'd like to move G1 bills for payment.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Discussion? Chris?
On page 6, there's a parent transportation for $649.50. And there's a second one for $101.50. But then there's one on page 11 for $3,542.04 for parent transportation. I'd like to know what that's about.
So some of the parent transportation agreements are paid out monthly in like partial installments. And this one was paid out as a lump sum because we were paying some back mileage. These are all agreements that the board has agreed to previously.
Okay. So that one is done then?
No, you'll see another one of about the same amount, if I recall. Yes, you'll see another one of about the same amount coming probably next meeting.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know there.
Okay.
And last month, I had asked about if we could get an answer on why the bills more than doubled for the month. And I haven't heard anything yet, and I'm wondering where we are.
You mean compared to what?
Yeah, compared to last year.
Yeah, in the last meeting you asked that.
Yeah, last meeting, the work session, because in July of 24, we were at $5,532,999. And this year we're at $11,119,274. I'm curious why they doubled.
I did a high level, and I apologize. We were with the auditors. They're here this week to kick off the audit, so I didn't have time to really look into it. I know that we had a very large employer PSERS payment due that came out in June, but I can look at it, and that's probably $4 million. So there's the $4 million swing. I also know that we had some charter school reconciliations that came out. We go through the whole year and then they come back and they reconcile the count at the end of the year. I know we had a couple of those come out, but I can give you more specifics. I just hadn't had time this week to be able to dive into it and give you a specific answer, but I will. And it's on my list of
All
the
right.
dues.
I appreciate it. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
No.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
No.
7 yeses, 2 nos.
Next.
I'd like to move G2, the agreement with New Story. It's for special education programming based on individualized education program for the 2025-26 school year.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
Yes.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yeah.
9 yeses.
Next.
I'd like to move G3 idea agreement.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Okay. Roll call, please.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
No.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
8 yeses, 1 no.
Motion passes. Next.
I'd like to move G5, the River Rock Academy service contract for 5 seats at River Rock AEDY.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion?
If I could, I just want to make a correction to something that was said in last week's meeting. I have included on the agenda a clarification of the per seat costs and the per day costs between River Rock and Nittany Learning Services. Just want to make sure the record is clear of the difference in costs between River Rock and Nittany Learning Services.
Okay,
I have a question about that.
go ahead, Chris.
Last week when we were in a discussion and on this, we were talking about River Rock was charging 14,000 and Nittany Learning was charging 17,000. And we were discussing about both programs are handling the same kids. Dr. Redmond, you said that you like having 2 programs because you can split kids up.
Yes.
But now all of a sudden, the price changed drastically.
The price was the same last week as this week. There's no difference between, the contract is exactly the same document.
Well, this says it's per seat 28,675. Last week it was 14,000 because Elizabeth said, why don't we send more people to the cheaper one? And there was a huge discussion on that. And if you want, our IT guy could bring up the discussion that went from like 136 to 146. And there was a huge discussion and the price was a lot cheaper. And all of a sudden this week it's the other way around.
So if you look on the contract, and I wasn't prepared to have a discussion about the math last week, and I wasn't quite sure what the point was being made. I wasn't following it very well last week. So if you look on the contract itself, this is the one that says the Keystone Central School District 5 slots, 25-26 contract. It lays it out pretty specifically on a for 5 seats, a total cost over the course of the year of $143,375. And that is broken up into 10 monthly installments, each installment being $14,337. So that's a different way of looking at it than the per seat cost. So if you divide the 143,000 and change by 10, it's 14,337. You divide it by 5, obviously it's twice that. So the per seat is 28, per month is 14.
Okay, it just struck me weird because I remember even somebody, I don't remember who it was, made a comment, well, there's not that much price difference between the two. And now all of a sudden there is, and if you go on to the video, I looked at it this evening and the numbers were totally different than they are tonight.
And that's why I wanted to correct the record. What was said during the meeting, and I think Elizabeth, you were talking about the numbers specifically. Those numbers were incorrect. So I wanted to make sure that we have correct numbers.
Okay.
Based off the contract, and that's what's written here on the agenda. Sure,
Okay,
it happens.
then that's fine. That was something that really was a wow factor.
Yeah.
Because are we still looking at doing 5 and 5 like we were
Yes.
talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm good with it.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cannon,
No.
Miss Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scaff,
Yes.
Ms. Smith. Yes. Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
8 yeses, 1 no.
What's next on?
I'd like to move G6, the Nittany Learning Service contract for AEDY.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion?
And that one's for 5 seats also.
Correct.
Okay. And we get one free one.
Correct.
Did we
I think we
find
get
out about
2.
getting one free one from the other?
They are not.
Okay.
It's 2.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Miss Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon.
No.
8
Mo-
yes, oops,
Go ahead.
8 yeses, 1 no.
Motion passes. Next.
I'd like to move G8, the final general fund budget with the updated millage rates.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Discussion? Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yeah.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
No.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
8 yeses, 1 no.
Motion passes. Next.
Moving to H1 personnel. I'd like to move H1 personnel.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
There's still, even though it's been told that there is no changes in pay rates for professional transfers and administration transfers, I think that the pay rate should still be included on that list so that we can see them as we're going. Even though it may be the same, we hired a new school principal last week. We have no clue what she was hired at, what we're paying. And I think as board members, we should be able to see that on there also. Because if it's public info, there's nothing to hide. And then along with that, with the personnel, could we be told how many candidates applied for that position?
Which position?
For the principal position?
Three people applied for that.
So there are 3 interviews?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. But like I say, I don't see a reason why we can't have salaries listed on there as we do everybody else. I'd like to see that changed from now on.
That's a good point.
Okay. Anybody else?
I would agree with that.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay, motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
What are we voting on? Personnel.
Personnel.
Oh, they lump it
Whether
all
we're gonna
together.
accept that.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Ms. Lynch,
Abstain.
It's fill in form. Okay, fill in form.
I don't have enough information to vote. I should have also abstained at the former special voting meeting instead of voting no. I don't have enough information.
Mr. Scott,
I'm gonna abstain also simply because I'd like that info that we asked for last week.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
No.
Mr. Cannon,
No.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling.
Yes.
5 yeses, 2 nos, and 2 abstain.
Okay. Motion passes. Next.
J1 MOU with the ACCE, the trade days.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion?
Yeah, I just have some questions on it.
Go ahead, Chris.
We all received an email from that Johnny 81 fellow on this subject. Yeah, we all received the whole board received an email on this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant.
And how does this contract compare to the last one? Is there any changes in it?
So this isn't the whole contract. This is just an MOU to talk about specifically trading days so that if we have work during the summer that we need members of the ACE bargaining unit to come in and work, we
Mhm.
can have them, because they're on an 186-day contract, we can trade one of the days during the summer when they normally wouldn't be working for one of the days during the school year. So it's allows us to get some of the work done that we need during the summer without incurring extra costs and giving time off to that staff member work during the summer during the school year.
Okay, well, that was one of his big questions. When I started reading in about it, I've got to ask it too. Says the proposed MOU now reads that ACE members can earn up to 18 hours, 3 days that can be used throughout the school year. He says this will cost a district financially because if an ACE member chooses to use these 3 trade days throughout the school year, they have to also hire a substitute to fill in.
Mhm.
This creates 3 additional personal days for the ACE members. Is he correct? Can this cost us more money by accepting this? Because
So,
if we're gonna have to hire substitutes at the same time and pay them, that seems like it's gonna cost a lot more money.
so at that bottom, let's see.
I think Dr. Zangaro has something.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? I'm looking for where it is in
Talk
here.
about this
I'm just
first
trying to
already.
answer his email. He sent it to all of us.
So when we,
Not that I remember.
when I worked on that MOU with the ACE team, it was purely because when I came from Williamsport, we used to do that in the summertime with counselors. Because instead of paying counselors per diem, we'd say, if you could come in and do summer work, then we would just trade you a day in the school year, right? So that way, no problem, no harm, no foul, no substitutes, right? So they wanted language in there just to have it as a general population. But I said specifically, it has to be administratively approved. And so what happens is the principals have to come to us and say, this is what it's going to do and look like. So it would have to be like, I need a counselor to come in the summertime. The chances of them bringing it to me and saying that a teacher is going to be improved in the summertime, no, because it does cost substitute time, right? So what is going to happen is because we needed this specifically because the counselors had some work to do during the summertime that needs to be done, is it's going to be geared towards that. So when push comes to shove and the administrator says that, the only approvals will take place for somebody that won't need a sub. But the language they wanted the general language throughout the MOU.
But in reference to what he is saying, if we had a couple of them that needed to do that, it would cost us more money.
It won't, because they can't decide to do anything until the principal says, I need somebody to come in during the summer to do something. So if a math teacher went to the principal and says, I want to come in and work during the summer, the principal more than likely is going to be like, no, because that's not what it's for. It's for only necessary work that occurs outside of the 180-day contract. So the people that perform necessary work that could most likely are people that you would need in the summer would be counselors, et cetera. So
Okay.
it doesn't, a teacher just can't come and say, I'm going to work during the summer and have it be traded. That's not the way this is. It has to be, the principal needs to sit down and say, oh, we have a lot of kids coming in and registering over the summer. I need you to come 1 or 2 or 3 Wednesdays during the summer to get these registrations done. And that's it. It's not just the willy-nilly approved people just to come in and work. It has to be to take care of issues that occur over the summer.
Is that written anywhere that that's how it works?
It's the principals have to make the decision on who comes in during the summer, and they have to run it by me. So that way we have to completely know that that's not going to cost in the long run.
All right, well, whoever this person is, I don't know. Well, like I say, I got it and 8 others got it,
Right.
It didn't come to administration at all.
didn't it?
No,
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
All right, well then, hopefully his questions are answered.
Elizabeth?
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Randy. That really helps. Did you take this through the personnel committee first? So they could,
I wasn't part of that conversation, but Justin was also in this, so I don't know if Justin and Dr. Redmond took it up with that, with the committee.
Yes, it was.
Yes, we did.
okay, because we don't see it on board docs. Okay. Well, here's a question though, and I'm being serious and I feel sort of uncomfortable asking it here, but because you're very specific with your language, and I think it's a great idea. Okay, the counselors, but what's stopping from the others not being treated equally? Could the teachers say, well, look, hey, you're doing this for them, and then this could turn into something bigger since it doesn't stipulate.
It says right on
The
paragraph
intent.
1 stipulations, number 1, administration has the option to offer optional work outside the contracted day in exchange for per diem, extended contract rate and all that sort of thing. So it says right there, it's administration discretion.
Truly, only the administrator's decision, if they see the work.
Okay, so you guys won't be like all of a sudden, we're not getting treated fairly. Okay,
I had that conversation specifically.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right, well, thank you for that explanation. It was very helpful.
Butch?
I think, can't remember, a couple years ago, we used to actually have the counselors work longer periods because we needed that extra help in the summer. So this is to help to replace some of that and also stop the per diem rate, which I would imagine the per diem rate's probably, what, $500-600 a day?
Nickel and dime, yeah.
Yeah, so because we're not gonna have a per diem rate, we're gonna save a significant amount of money when we need the counselors to come in and do the paperwork for new enrollees and things like that. Yes, okay, just want
That's
to
a
make sure I
good catch.
understood.
Well, that's good. I hope this Johnny 81 has got his answer.
Email.
I do not know who it is, so
Okay,
Thank you, Chris.
all right.
motion to adjourn.
No,
Yeah,
we got 2 more votes to do.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I already checked with the secretary. I has not been voted on.
I didn't pull anything from it went with the entire thing, but.
No, we haven't gotten here yet.
I'm sorry. I thought we were. done.
Okay, so getting back to the MOU. Okay, there's a motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
Miss Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Miss Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
No.
Miss Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
8 yeses, 1 no.
Okay, motion passes.
Okay, apparently.
How'd we skip over that?
I thought I included it with the original motion of everything except for what we pulled.
I thought he did too.
But, okay,
You did, you pulled D.
I'll move I 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Do I have discussion?
Happy to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Miss Lynch,
Yep, yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Miss Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
Yes.
Miss Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf,
Yes.
9 yeses.
I'm gonna lose it.
Okay,
I need you to keep.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
meeting adjourned.